Namaste. Is anybody out there? Hello. Let's do some yoga. It's a wonderful Tuesday morning. Hey, somebody join me. Wonderful to see you. Thank you for joining me. It's a beautiful Tuesday here in St. Martin. Wonderful time to join my friends online and do some yoga together. Yoga is all about you. So please listen to yourself, your great, wise inner teacher. Good morning, good morning. Thank you, Audrey and Annie. So as I was saying, listen to your teacher that lives in your heart and in your limbs, in your fingertips, in your toes, in your spine. That wisdom, you know what you need to do. I'm just giving you some guidance. So as I give you guidance, you evaluate, modify it if you need to, excuse me, and continue with your personal journey through yoga. So thank you for joining me, and let us begin. We'll start with straightening out the legs. Pull the flesh away from the sitting bones and just wiggle those toes. See if you can scrunch them closed and then spread them wide. Breathe as you move. All right, now the ankles. Flex and point. Breathe as you move. Flex, point. All right, take your hands and place them on your knees. Open out and come in. Open out and come in. We're really rotating the hip bone, the thigh bone connection to the hip. So move the whole leg out and closed. All right, both toes go to the left and the right. You can let your head drop a little bit too if you want. Be playful with it. It's not so serious. We're just moving and breathing, putting a smile on our face. Awesome. Take those hands and slide them down past your knees, maybe all the way to your ankles, maybe all the way to your toes, wherever you feel like stopping. Take a breather, and let's round the back and drop the head, and breathe deep. And walk your hands up your legs, and let's sit nice and tall. Bring those ankles into a flexed position so your toes point up at the ceiling, and take those hands and reach them straight up from your shoulders. Reaching up, breathe in. Big breath in, big reach up higher than you ever thought you could reach. Keep those ankles flexed. And bring the right hand down. You can watch it come down slowly to the floor by your right hip. And let's bend the elbow and reach over. Come back up, cartwheel the arms around, and bend the other way. Cartwheel the arms up and around, and let's come over and hold the pose for a moment. And then up and around again. Hold the pose, leaning over, toes still flexed up at the ceiling. On up, bring those arms out to the side and we'll turn the palms up. Breathe in and lift up. Bring it to your heart. Bow the head, keep the back straight. Lift the face, bring the hands up, breathe in. Separate the hands, bring them to the floor next to your hip. Exhale. Let's do that 3 more times. Lift up, palms up, breathe in. Come to the heart. Push up. In and out. Breathe in, lift the arms, find your prayer, pull it down, exhale. Beautiful. Open your legs about hip distance apart, or maybe just a hair wider. Flop those feet outward. Slide your hands on your top of your legs or in between your legs. And reach for your ankles or your instep, your sole with your fingertips. Round your back, drop your head, caterpillar pose for 5 slow breaths. Relax. Inhale and walk your hands up your legs. Beautiful. Let's bring the right heel in by the groin. Keep that left leg out, and let's make it come way out into a half straddle. Now, if this heel is the way I have it is too far in for you, you can bring your heel out. It doesn't have to be tucked in right at the crotch. And take a moment to walk your hands forward on the floor, slowly creeping forward. All right, and just bend your elbows a little bit and come back up. It's a small move, nothing huge. Walk your hands back in. Sit tall, arms out to the side and up. Breathe in. Bring it to your heart. Stay here for a moment. Now I've got my right knee bent and my left is extended. So I'm going to take my left hand across the body to the knee. And then the right hand circles behind, find the floor behind your hip. And a gentle twist here. Try to use the hips all the way to the shoulders. Everything gets a little bit of a twisty feeling, a little compression, like wringing out a washcloth. Beautiful. Face forward and let the hands drift back to in front of your hips. Let's try twisting the other way. Take your right hand to your left knee. Left hand goes behind the body on the ground by the hip. And you won't twist far this way. At least I don't. Beautiful. Unwind, and let's change the legs around. Hands to prayer pose. Center yourself. Try to keep the weight on both hips close to equal. All right, hands to the floor. Walk yourself forward. Find a good place for your hands, pretty far away, but not way out in front. And we're just going to bend the elbow and rise back up. Don't go too far. Listen to your body. Don't overstretch. How you doing? Walk your hands back up. Let's do that nice little spinal twist. So first we'll bring the hands out to the side and up. Breathe in. Find your prayer. Pull it to your heart. Exhale. And we cross the body with the right hand going to the left knee. Left hand reach in front. Just take it behind and drop it to the ground behind your left hip. Spinal twist. Nice and gentle. Nice. Excellent. Slowly unwind. Hands out to the side and up. Breathe in. Bring it to your heart. Let's try twisting the other way. We won't go far most likely, but it's good for the body to twist even if it's just a little bit. Stretch out, both legs straight in front again. Pull the flesh away. Flex your ankles. Try to think about the back of your knees opening out to the floor. Nice. Bring the hands up. Stretch up. Super tall here. Reach, reach, reach. Breathe in. Straight back, reaching straight up from the hips to the fingertips. And let's go for, as you exhale, reach just a little bit scrunched at the waist. Keep the back straight here and look straight forward, so you're sort of looking at your feet. Exhale and let's sink down again, 1 inch. Breathe in, lift, stretch, reach. Exhale, sink, drop, compress. Inhale, reach, stretch. Keep looking straight forward from your shoulders. So now we're probably looking at your ankles or your calves. Reach, inhale, reach farther. Exhale, sink. Reach and sink. Breathe in, reach and sink. Looking down so your neck is not in a bad position. Reach and sink. Find your most extreme forward fold here, really reaching from the hips to the top of the head. Hold and breathe. Beautiful. Walk your hands up your legs and come back up. Let's scoot down onto our back side now. Knees will be bent. Heels close to hips. Most of you know this quite well. We've done it many a time together. But it's always healing and helpful. So let's do it again. You can let your arms go wherever feels comfy right now and walk your feet a little bit away from your hips and a little bit wide. Let your knees lean against each other. Allow the body to decompress here. Just relax. Nice. Let's bring those heels in alignment with the hips and bring your left knee to your chest. Wrap your arms around that leg and squeeze it in. And then take the knee and the ankle and put it on your opposite knee and push that knee away a little bit. You with me? All right. We're going to reach our fingers behind the right knee or the knee that has the foot on the floor. And interlock your fingers behind, so bring that into the air. Interlock your fingers behind the knee. If you can't manage that, just grab a hold of your thigh or knee. All right. And we pull and release. Bring it in and out. Breathe as you move. Let's hold in, try to straighten your leg. Have the foot on the floor, the leg where your fingers are interlocked on it. Straighten that knee. If you can't, it's okay. Breathe. And then let's change sides, put that foot on the floor. We're going to bring the other knee into the chest and grab your arms around that shin and just hug it in. Place the ankle on the knee and gently push the knee away from the body. Remember to tell yourself to relax. Okay, now we're going to bring that knee a little closer, the whole system, the whole leg system, closer to the chest and interlock your fingers behind the knee that had the foot on the floor. And bring it in and let it go out. Exhale, squeeze it in. Inhale, let it go out. Let's hold it in. Hold it strong and steady right there and see if you can straighten your opposite leg. If you can't, it's fine. Don't worry. Bend the knee. Put it on the ground. Put the foot on the ground. Cross the legs. And resume your wide feet. Knees leaning in on themselves. Arms into surrender pose. Walk your feet in so your heels are in alignment with your hips again. Drop both knees to the left. And we'll just hang out here for a minute and try to relax your right hip. You have to tell it to relax. Relaxation begins in the mind. Tell the hip to sink down and let go, resisting gravity. Take that right leg and lift it, but leave the left one where it is. Open it wide into the reclined cobbler's pose. Sole to sole, toes to toes, heel to heel. Soles of the feet touching, toes touching from opposite feet. Heels pressing. Let the knees open wide. This is incredibly uncomfortable for you. You can put pillows under your knees, or yoga blocks, or a rolled up towel. There's a lot of options here for support. And let's slowly lift the opposite knee up, and we're going to just drop it over, and now we ask the left side to relax. Wonderful. Bring those knees up. Both knees come into the chest now. Wrap your arms around your shins. Squeeze it in. Bring the head up. Make yourself into a little ball. Tuck yourself into a tiny little ball. Squeeze inward. Allow the head to lie down on the floor. And let's stretch those arms and legs up into the air. Circle the ankles, circle the wrists. Change direction whenever you feel like it. Flex ankles and wrists like you're holding something heavy on your feet and hands. And then bring it into a point pose where the toes point to the ceiling, the hands come all the way over, like the head of a flamingo. Flex and point a few more times at your own pace. Breathe. I had a fellow in my yoga class yesterday who really sighed. Every pose, everything we did, he would go, oh. It was really nice to see somebody really using the opportunity to relax and release stress from the body. All right, we're going to bend the elbows and knees, bring it down, and push it up. Down and up. All the way down, all the way up. Breathing deeply. Let's go 10 more times. 10, up, 9, up, 8, up, 7, up, 6, up, 5, up, 4, rise, breathe, elevate, 1, reach, bring the head off the mat, reach up to the ceiling with fingertips, toes, and the top of your head. Bring your hips off the mat, bring your shoulders off the mat, reaching up, breathe in, reach up, 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 keep reaching up, keep breathing, keep reaching, keep breathing, and slowly come back down. Let's stretch out on the floor, arms spread out from your shoulders, legs spread out from your hips. Take a moment to just be heavy on the floor. Notice how your body feels, and breathe deep. Slowly close your arms up over your head, reaching the fingers overhead. Slowly close your legs and reach your toes in the opposite direction of your fingers. Stretch the body long. Inhale, spread your rib cage as big and wide as you can as you breathe in. And exhale, just relax. Take that right knee up into the air. You can move your arms down if you want. Arms can be wherever you like right now. Circle the knee around. Breathe deep. Change direction. Stretch that leg straight up. If it's still bent a little bit, that's fine. Don't worry about it. Reach your hands and grab a hold of your leg somewhere around the knee. You can interlock your fingers behind or just grab the thigh or the shin or maybe even the ankle if you're super flexible. All is good. We're going to gently pull the leg 1 inch closer to the face and then let it return to vertical and repeat. In time, you'll pull more than 1 inch. You'll bring it a little closer to the face and back to vertical. Or perhaps not. Perhaps you'll just stay at 1 inch. Everybody's different. Everybody has their own range of motion. Whatever your range of motion is, make sure you honor that that is your range of motion for your body. Don't press past it. Just explore it gently and breathe. Appreciate the movement that you have. No more critique or criticism, no judgment, no comparisons of yourself or anyone else, certainly not me. Let's see if we can hold the leg at a steady, static stretch for 30 seconds. I'll wash off my hand and time for 30 seconds. Go. A few more. Now that we've been patient, and if you feel like you want to, you can go a little deeper into your stretch, gently, carefully, and with lots of breath. Feel that beautiful stretch in your hamstring, down towards your hip, up towards your knee. Honor it with breath. Beautiful. Let's bend the knee and rotate it so the knee goes out and the heel comes in. And hold the knee or the whole leg in your arms like a baby. Rock the baby. And cross the body with the knee. Find your spinal twist. Make it your own. Make it your personal, luxurious spinal twist. Super healing, super comfortable. Breathe deep. I feel like I could stay there all day, but let's roll onto our back and realign the body. Reach the arms overhead, point the toes, and stretch long. Wonderful. All right, it's time to bring up the other leg, bend the knee, and circle it around. Change direction. And change again. All right, stretch that leg up. If it's straight, that's great. If it's not, it's okay. Reach the hands towards the leg. Reach and grab a hold of wherever your hands reach. Take a moment to just gently pull the leg 1 inch closer to your face and then let it go back to vertical. And then explore slowly, see what your range of motion is for this leg. It may not be the same as the other one, that's okay. Pull gently and with great caution and respect. Honor your range of motion with breath. Hold the leg at or near your range of motion's edge, your therapeutic edge, for a 30-second static stretch. And go ahead and start. We've been patient. If you feel like you want to go deeper into your stretch, gently do so. Be very careful and breathe deep. Awesome. Slowly release the leg and bend the knee, and let's find that rock the baby. Let the knee go way out to the side and the heel comes in by your pelvis. Arms come around the leg and rock the baby. All right, take that knee across the body, roll up onto the right side of your hip, and find your delicious and very relaxing and healing spinal twist. We'll relax here for about 3 or 4 minutes. Just relax and don't anticipate the next thing that we're going to do. Be here, now, and breathe. Beautiful. When you're ready, we'll roll onto our back slowly. Stretch out those legs. Reach the arms overhead. Realign the spine. Stretch long. Breathe deep. All right. Let's try a little bridge action. Let's put the heels close to the hips. Hands alongside the hips. Fingers point towards the heels. Lift the hips up. Let the chest rise, and maybe it comes close to your chin. Tuck that chin into your chest. Feel your feet strong on the floor. Toes pressing down, heels pressing down. Arch lifting up. Lift the hips higher. If you want, you can walk your shoulders under your upper back. squeezing the shoulder blades, and clasp your hands under your tailbone. And then you come up a little higher because now you're not on your back, you're on your arms. Lift those hips up, chest rises to meet the chin. Let's do some big, vigorous breathing here. Pump the belly out wide and round like a bellows and squeeze it flat, blowing through the lips. So breathe in through the nose and blow out through the lips. 3 more. Exhale, release the arms, reach straight up from your shoulders, roll your back down on the floor, and bring the hips down to the ground. Nestle them down into the ground. Bring the knees to the chest, hands to the knees, and just rock a little bit left and right. Find yourself settling down in the middle of your back and let the knees open as wide as they want. Lift the heels, grab your big toe, happy baby. Are we still on? Just a second, let me change a battery pack on my phone. Hope this works, guys. Still with me? Okay, great. I'm glad we didn't lose each other. We were in Happy Baby, if I do recall, which is sometimes not the best visual, but it's a great exercise. So I'm just going to let my hips go out of the screen a little bit here. So we have the feet up in the air, grab the big toes, and open wide. And again, if you want, you can rock. Reach the arms and legs up, bring the head off the mat, and grab behind your knees. Bend the knees, and start to rock from shoulders to hips, from neck to tailbone. And if you don't like this, you don't have to do it. If you love it, you can do it about 10 times. Eventually we'll come up to seated and find ourselves back in the easy pose. Legs crossed on your yoga mat. Back is straight, shoulders over hips. Balance in body. Turn your hands palm up, and we're just going to touch the finger and thumb together as your wrists rest on your knees. And I suggest to you that you close your eyes and visualize your heart rising up in your chest, just a little higher than it ever was before. Visualize your heart just expanding slightly bigger and rising up. Let your shoulders sink down away from your ears. And let's really become aware of our breathing. Breathing in through the nose, allow the air to flow in easily all the way to your deepest part of your belly, filling that part first, then the diaphragm, then the chest, then the throat, and maybe even into the sinuses. Breathing in. Exhale, start at the top, and squeeze the belly last. Inhale, inflate the belly first. As you settle into that breathing style, that rhythm, allow yourself to feel like you're floating in a bubble. Close the eyes, shut out the outside world. No worries here, no stress. So we're going to do a bit of a breathing meditation where we think about the breath just in the right nostril, coming in, feeding energy into the eye socket on the right, traveling down through the back of the head and coming along the muscle on the right side of the spine, down the back, all the way to that dimple on the right side of your tailbone. That's your inhalation. Your exhalation, that travels back up and over, feeds into the eye socket, and exhale through that nose. You're going to be breathing through your right and your left nostril. You're going to be breathing into your right and left lung. But concentrate and feel the breath just on the right side. And while you do that, think about the energy traveling around the right forefinger thumb circle. So we take a moment for just thinking about the right side. As you breathe in, feel the right lung from the right nostril. Feel the energy feed the entire right side of the body. This is a technique that comes from ancient Sanskrit meditation. And of course, if you do it properly, you can take an hour just on this, but we don't have that kind of time, so you can do that and explore that on your own anytime you want. I encourage you. It's very calming and healing, and just really connects you with your true self in a way that's unique. So let's try it on the left side now. Energy thinking about the circle on your left hand between your finger and thumb. Energy as you breathe in through the left nostril to your left lung. The energy goes to your eye socket, over the crest of the head, down the back of the head, down that muscle on the left side of the neck, and into the muscle that travels alongside the spine all the way down to your tailbone and that dimple on the left side of your tailbone where a lot of the nerves and muscles are anchored there. So let's close the eyes again and focus on the left nostril, breathing and feeding the left lung. Energy from breathing in goes to the left eye socket, over the crest of the head and down the back. Feel the energy travel to the fingers, the toes, left side. Beautiful. Let's bring the hands to prayer pose and spend this time as we float in our bubble of light and peace, focusing on someone that you love, someone that could use some healing energy, some encouragement, some support. Ask and you shall receive. Beautiful. Let's take those prayer hands now, and we're just going to move them in a figure 8 or an infinity symbol, and let the wrists really travel back and forth in their full range of expression as you move your hands into the infinity symbol. Prayer hands moving in infinity seems a very appropriate way to spread peace and joy through movement. And guess what? Now we're going to try and go the other way around. It's not so easy. You'll get the hang of it if you put a little effort into it. It's really good for your brain to try and do things the opposite way. That is the natural, normal way that we would do it. So backwards infinity, backwards figure 8 with the wrists moving through their full range of motion. All right, bring it into prayer pose for in front of the heart. Interlock your fingers, squeeze and release. Squeeze and release, squeeze and release, squeeze and release. Back to prayer. Well, thank you for that. Okay, we're going to get up on our knees now. If you don't like the hero pose or you need some support with pillows, that's certainly all right, or you can just stay on your rear end. If you want, though, you can come up into hero and sit on your heels. Let the hands rest on the thighs. And we're going to bring those hands to interlock again in front of the chest. Squeeze and release. Move them in a circle. Change direction, go the other way. All right, invert through the palm of the hands and round the back, drop the hip. Reach way forward. Breathe deep. Lift them overhead, stretch it tall. And let's move off of the heels a little bit to the left, bring the hands to the right. And come back, stretch tall, breathe in. And a little bit to the other side, stretch. And come back up, stretch tall. Bring those hands to the back of the head, elbows wide. Look up through the top of your eyes and blink. Reach up, straight up, breathe in. Round the back, drop the head. Beautiful. Let's come up into table pose. And find your knees under your hips, your shoulders right over your wrists, fingers spread wide. And arch the back up, drop the head, drop the tailbone, and then you lift the face, lift the tailbone, push away with your shoulders. Don't scrunch up and don't collapse in the shoulders and shoulder blades. Push away, make a nice strong arch through the arms. Drop the head, drop the tailbone, arch up. Drop the middle of the back, lift the head, lift the tailbone, breathe in. Exhale, round it up. Inhale, sway down. And do a little side to side, looking around the shoulder for the hip, stick the hip out, look left and right, and then come back to cat and cow. Let's try a little downward dog. Turn your toes under and lift the hips up, bring the knees off the floor, find that perfect place for your feet. Push away with your arms and hands and fingertips, drop your head between your arms down towards the floor. Lift your hips up and back. Shift your weight. Let your hips move left and right. But we're going to keep both feet on the floor through this. Not walking the dog, just shifting our hips left and right. And then stretch way back. Reach the tailbone way back. Bring the knees down to the floor and find yourself in pose of a child. Beautiful. How you doing? Good? I hope so. So circle your wrists a little bit because that was a little bit much on the wrists. And we're going to get ready for our plank. Now this week we start our 50-second plank. And we're going to do 50 seconds of plank every single day this week, right? Or we're going to at least give it our good try. So keep that yoga mat out today for the following days. So it's calling to you. Now 50 seconds is a long time and it can get a little bit boring. So just work on breath, work on that mental attitude. I heard something or I read something a few days ago that said your yoga begins when your body says it's time to come out of the pose. So maybe that will help you as we go through our 50-second plank. And let's go ahead and find our position. Remember, if you're not up on your wrists and hands, you can be down on your elbows. That's allowed. Okay, I'm coming up now. I'm watching the clock, and we are starting our plank. Go. Feeling strong at 15 seconds. Feeling strong at 30 seconds. Keep breathing. Feeling strong at 45 seconds. And you're down. Put those knees down. You did it. I just wanted to mention to you that, yeah, it does get a bit kind of boring doing that for that amount of time. And what we're doing is we're building into your person, and your body and your the urge to do something more than just that. So when you first start your plank, when we started, we were doing I think 20 seconds, and then we went to 30 seconds and 40 seconds and 45 seconds, and now we're at 50 seconds. And you're strong enough now that it's not just the plank that your body wants to do. It wants to do something more. So eventually, next week, we do 60 seconds. And we might even start next week, lifting one leg and then lifting the other leg. So I'll show you what it's going to look like here. Hopefully you guys can see my whole plank. We're working our way towards being able to do a leg lift plank. Nope, you can't see. Let me walk forward. A leg lift plank. And lift the other side. And then eventually maybe we'll try some Spider-Man planks where the knee comes outside of the elbow. And the pièce de résistance, eventually we might get to side plank. So first we have to build up enough strength in the body that we can do a 60-second plank, and then your body is going to be saying to you, let's do something more. This is kind of boring. And so that's the process, and that's the path that we're on. So anyway, that's the plan. So we'll see how it goes. All right. Come back into your comfortable, easy position for a moment with me, and let's put some effort into looking at the feet. The foundation of the whole body is the foot. So bring up, I'm starting with my right foot, and you can place it on your thigh and turn the foot so that you can see the bottom, and just rub up and down from heels to toes a few times, giving it some attention and warmth. And if you notice anything that needs a little bit of attention, or maybe you need to talk to some medical professional about something happening with your feet, it's important to look at your feet every day and give them some inspection and attention and love. So having cleared the surface, let's take those toes into a major flex. So we're just going to grab a hold and bend them back towards the knee, just the toe joint, not the ankle, just the toe joint. And now allow the big toe to come out of that hold and bring that big toe back away from the other toes. Feel a gentle stretch in the skin between, the webbing skin between the toes. This is where a lot of the energy meridians end for acupuncture, Chinese medicine, and also talks about this meridian of energy that comes up into the body and into the organs in the Ayurvedic texts of ancient India. So we're just stimulating that meridian by pulling the toes away. So you're just going to sort of like do the splits and stretch the skin between the toes. And we'll work our way down towards the little toe. Every toe gets to go back and forth a few times. Then grab them all back and forth a few more times. and a little massage for each of those knuckles where the toes connect to the foot. Circular thumb massages are awesome. Let's bring that thumb massage down into the sole of the foot, the arch of the foot, that large soft area in the middle of the foot. If you feel any knobs in there, that could be the beginning of something called plantar fasciitis. And I've had it a lot, so I know from which I speak. Plantar fasciitis can really be painful in the heel and arch of the foot, especially you feel it in the heel as tenderness. Sometimes you don't ever want to walk barefoot when you have that. So the best remedy for any kind of problem like that, heel spurs or plantar fasciitis, is to stretch the Achilles tendon and the plantar tendon in the foot. So a major ankle stretch every day. All right, try the other foot now. Bring that up on top of the thigh. Give it some back and forth energy, dusting off the sole of the foot. Dust off your sole. I like the way that sounds. All right, grab the toes and give them some back and forth flex. And hold in a major flex so the toes point back towards the same leg's knee. And drop the big toe out of the group and drop and pull back. So the big toe wants to go back towards its own heel. The other toes are trying to reach up for the knee. And then we'll go back and forth a few times. Back and forth, stretch that skin between the toes, the webbing skin. And we'll work our way down towards the little toe. Grab all the toes and bend back and forth. Little circular thumb massage on the knuckles that join the toes to the foot. Each knuckle gets some love and attention. And then we're going to work into the soft tissue, the arch of the foot. And we're bringing a lot of circulation to these extreme parts of the body, which is always a good thing. Now let's bring those soles of the feet together in front of the crotch, in front of the groin. If you can't bring them way in, you can have them out. It doesn't have to be so far in. Take a moment to just look at your toes, touching toes, heels touching heels. Wrap your fingers around your toes and elevate your heart. Send your shoulders way back and down. Lift your chin. Let the knees sink down to the floor. Nice. Bring those knees up and put the feet flat on the floor. Wrap your arms around your knees. And again, let's tuck ourselves into a tiny little ball. If you want, you can flex your ankles and bring your toes pointing up, but keep your heels on the floor. Tuck your face into this little cave between your knees and your chest. Nice. Put your hands on the ground behind your hips and spread your feet out on the floor. We're going to try and push ourselves up into the squat, the yoga squat. And hands come to prayer pose in front of the heart. Now you're on your feet. Shift your weight back and forth a little bit, left and left and right. Settle into the middle. Press the elbows against the knees. Press the knees against the elbows. A lot of pressure building in that contact area. Nice. And hands are going to come to the floor in front of your feet. We're going to drop the head and lift the hips. Hands down, hips up. Drop the head. Forward fold. Move your hips in a figure 8. All right. Walk your hands a little farther forward. And this is not downward dog. Arms are farther apart, and the arms to the feet is closer. So this is the quadruped stance, and we're just going to move in a circle, like you're drawing a circle in there with your belly button. Feel the weight of your body transfer from foot to hand, to other hand, to back foot, other foot, up to the hand. And now change direction, go the other way around your circle. Beautiful. Let's see if we can bring one foot back and one foot a little bit forward. And walk your hands back. So this is going to be a bit like the triangle stance. Drop your head towards your knee. With breath, switch feet. Drop your head towards your knee. Walk your hands over to the side and turn both feet back into forward fold. Let your body hang. Bend your knees. Tuck your tailbone under and roll up. Slowly up to standing. Roll the shoulders, bend the knees. Come forward, straighten up, squeeze the shoulders back and down. Bend the knees, roll the shoulders forward, squeeze it up, stand tall, squeeze it back and down. 2 more times. Breathe. All right, we're going to bring one knee up with the hands. Elevate that knee slowly up as you breathe in and down. Change legs up and down. Breathe in, lift, and down. Bring it up and down. 2 more times. Bring it up and down, up and down. Stand in mountain, tall and strong. Reach the hands out and up, stretch tall, breathe in. Drop your right hand, let it just hang, look at it down there, reach the other hand up. And lift the lower hand, watch it rise, reach up with both hands, stretch up, breathe in. Exhale, drop the other hand, watch it sink, let it hang there, shake it a little bit, it's really hanging, and reach the other side way up. Lift the hand, reach up, breathe in, stretch up, breathe in. Arms come down to the side, beautiful. Step forward into warrior. Back foot straight, back leg straight, front leg bent, knee over ankle. Circle your arms back. From the shoulder, big circles back, like you're doing the backstroke. Sweep both hands forward, come forward, mountain pose, stretch up, and step back with the other foot. Back stretching arms, back stroking arms, back, and breathe. Sweep the arms forward and come back to standing tall and straight in mountain pose. I'm going to turn sideways, bend your knees, come halfway down to a chair, round your back and drop your arms. Drop your head. Sway left and right. Let your arms swing around your knees. Your hands swing around your knees. And then slowly straighten up. And come back to seated for our last moments together. Thank you so much for joining me for yoga today. Who's here? Jane and Miss Kathy and Annie and Ellis and Audrey. Anybody else that I didn't mention your name, send me a little message. I'm not sure why some people I see and some people I don't. Afterwards I look and I say, wow, I had all those people, I didn't see them. Maybe it's only because I see the icons of the people who are original friends. I don't know. I'm trying to find my way through this Facebook stuff just like you guys are, and all the other things that are going on in the world today. Try to keep up. So take your yoga with you as you try to keep up with this fast-paced world. And I send you my most sincere namaste. Have a wonderful day. Thank you. Come in.